The Let It Be song, which many believe was a dig at Mick Jagger of the Rolling Stones, is just another example of John Lennon's unflinching style of speech and music. Following a lengthy relationship that might be described as either amicable or heated, depending on the day, the song was released. Reports of a competition between the Fab Four and the Rolling Stones grew commonplace due to the fact that both groups were among the most popular British acts of the 1960s. These rumors gained further credence as Lennon addressed them in an interview with Rolling Stone from 1971. John Lennon had a very favorable impression of his early connection with the Rolling Stones in an interview he gave to Rolling Stone in 1971. The Stones were almost in our backyard. Although I was in close contact with Brian and Mick, I am unsure of the other people's levels of closeness. To be honest, I look up to them. Relationships can and do evolve. Lennon's with Mick Jagger, lead singer of the Rolling Stones, was no exception. In response to a subsequent query, Lennon said that he hardly saw Jagger in recent times. It may have been jealousy, the former Beatle pondered. Before Mick and the Stones, I treated them with the utmost respect. On the other hand, I'm offended by his harsh criticism of the Beatles. I may criticize the Beatles all I want, but Mick Jagger can't. After that, Lennon listed particular albums and songs that, in his opinion, the Rolling Stones plagiarized from the Beatles. Their albums were released within 6 months of each other, and he claimed that Their Satanic Majesty's Request was an imitation of Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band. Lennon compared the Rolling Stones' We Love You to the Beatles' All You Need Is Love, among other songs. Let It Be, the Beatles' last album, was released a year prior to John Lennon's not-so-subtle criticism of fellow rock star Mick Jagger in Rolling Stone. Jumping between a slow riff and a backbeat rhythm, Dig a Pony is the album's second single. A handful of the lyrics make sense, but on the whole, they don't. Songs like All I Want Is You adhere to the typical formula for rock music. Some have speculated Mick Jagger is the subject of a stanza in the song's midsection,